a budget today. So I'm going to put down them. I'm going to put my little line, and I'm going to put me over here. So this is their monthly expenses, their monthly income broken down, and how they pay it and how I would pay it. Their income is very good. The income we're working with here is $10,655.98 per month. I chose this one because of that. I want to see what our differences are when there's a large amount of money on the table every single month. Let's start with what they are. Oh, a couple of things I did notice, which I did want to say are good, is that they have no credit cards. Very good. Now, I do recommend having a credit card. It's a just-in-case mechanism, so I'm all for that. Don't put your eggs all in one basket type of thing. Always have another plan just in case, just in case. So, but again, one credit card, not 5, 10, 15 credit cards. We want one credit card. And then I also noticed that they have no savings monthly, which is bad. Don't do that. Those are just two things I did notice while going through the budget. I tried, as usual, to stay as close to this as possible, which is pretty easy to do. The first thing they have is spending money. So their spending money is $460 per month. On my side, this actually jumps to $700. You work hard, you pay yourself first. This income allows for this amount of money for spending, which is great. The next thing they have is their home, their house. So this is $1,400 a month for them. And I bumped that up to $3,000 a month. We have food. That's a must. And they spend a reasonable $750 a month on food, especially right now. Very reasonable. So I left that alone. Gas is $480 per month. I left that alone as well. Again, fixed expenses, I'm not going to mess with those. Those are really that people have to pay what they have to pay. Utilities, and that is $350, and of course I left that alone as well. $350. Again, I left that alone. $144 on my side as well. Now the next one is a medical debt. And they pay, it doesn't say how much they pay monthly, it just says the balance, which is $1,600. So they have a balance of $1,600 here. And I'm not sure if they planned on paying that off, but of course, I'm going to say to pay that off. Pay off $1,600. Student loan is next, and they pay $60 a month on their student loan. And I am going to bump that up to $750. If we can get rid of it, we might as well get rid of it. The next thing we have is tuition. So they are paying $1,252 for tuition. And I'm going to leave that alone because that is what it is. Don't forget to subscribe. And my personal preference is no to this ever. And it's tithing to the church, $1,352 every single month, and I am bringing that down to zero. If you have debts and you have other things to pay for, like your house, medical bills, insurance, food, you really should not be giving your money away, especially in today's society, the way it's going. Even if you have a large amount to spend every month, you should definitely be saving it. And again, they have no savings, but they're giving away money every single month. And I just really disagree with this. There's been so many times that it has proven to be fraudulent and taking advantage of people. So I just think people can use their money in a much better way. So that's just my take on it. And for the savings, they don't have any require savings. So I will put it here as zero for them. And for me, the savings is $2,500 a month. And a lot of that comes from what you're giving away currently. And then we have taxes. So they owe $400 on the tax bill. They put aside the taxes every month for this. So it's a fixed thing and I'm not going to touch it. So that's what they have for that. And then the last thing we have for their budget monthly is miscellaneous bills. Sorry, they're cable, car insurance. There's a braces payment, subscriptions, things like that. So miscellaneous, it comes to $329.98. So I left that alone as well. $329.98. So the main differences we have here are the spending. I feel like they have room to have a little bit more for themselves. I upped the house payment. I left these alone. We paid this off completely, so this is a zero now. And we are paying a much larger amount on the student loan every month. We're keeping the tuition the same. We're no longer tithing. We're putting $2,500 in our savings account every single month. So let's do the math on that. 2,500 times 12. And that is $30,000 a year that they would be saving a year. I mean, come on, who wouldn't love to have $30,000 sitting in their bank account every year to invest, to go on trips, to do whatever you want? That's what savings for. Even if you wanted to tithe after you have that in your savings account, I disagree wholeheartedly with that. But if you wanted to, break it off in the end instead of at the beginning. Is their total, what they spend every month, is $85.77.98. So I'm not sure with the difference between the two if they are saving some money, but there's room to save more then. If this is used as spending, I'm not sure, but they have leftover money every single month. So, and my total ends up being $10,655.98. Oh, okay, I wrote their income wrong. The income is actually $10,691.85. So I am very, very close. We're off by like $40 on that. And they have, I don't know, a couple grand sitting here left over. So I think hopefully they're putting that in savings like I suggest here. But they do not have that written down anywhere. This budget is pretty good, especially with $2,000 left over. But I just don't like not seeing savings. Savings is a very important piece of the pie. Also, the tithing, giving it away. I understand why people do it. I just don't agree with it, especially when you are currently in debt or have your house not paid off or have taxes owed or medical bills. I mean, they have a lot of money to work with. Again, play with the numbers, always move things around, always see what would happen if you paid something off or if you made larger payments to things. This student loan, I bet you they could knock that out pretty quick with these types of payments. So just mess with things, move things around, experiment a little bit, and don't give your money away to anyone. So again, the $2,500 for savings, the $400 for the tax, $329.98. 2,500 times 12 is $30,000 a year in savings that they could actually afford to do that. So that's really amazing. I'm surprised they're in debt at all. But this also the house, knock that out really quickly. But you can see why they don't have credit cards and why they don't have a lot of debt. They have a medical debt. They're paying tuition, I guess, monthly. And then there's taxes and stuff. But overall, I mean, they could save a huge chunk of money every month and still spend some money too. So let me know what you think.